Most AI chatbots are flying blind. They have no idea who's on the other end of them, whether it's an anonymous visitor or the most loyal customer with a huge transaction. So I wanted to see how hard would it be to personalize these AI agents. You're going to see the same agent talk to an anonymous visitor, then a logged in user. And at the end, I'll show you the pattern on how to make this work and the prompts to get started. I created a hotel booking demo on Sanity where we can browse hotels, book them, and even sign in. Let's first talk to our agent as an anonymous viewer and say, do you have hotels in Paris? Yes, we have the Ritz Paris, and let's go ahead and click on that. And we can even pass the context about the current page. So I can say, how much for 3 nights for a suite? And there we go, it's $3,800 a night, so it's 11 grand for 3 nights. Even as an anonymous user, we're able to still make it feel a little bit more personalized because we can pass the context of the current page or any other information we know about the user at this point, like the pages that they've been on. So that's the agent chatting with an anonymous user. Let's now talk to the same agent, but we're gonna log in this time. I'm gonna log in as a demo user. And now we can see my upcoming stay, my name, my requests, etc. Now we're going to talk to the agent. And first of all, let's just say hey and see what it knows about me. Are you thinking about your Paris trip or exploring another destination? So this already feels good because I can tell that this agent isn't some generic bot. It has the proper context. Now let's say, did I request a crib? No, you didn't. Do you want me to? Yes. While that's running, I'm going to switch over to Sanity where this booking document is stored. And we can see we have the special request right here. And this is automatically gotten updated. Crib needed in room. So this happens in real time. And as I switch back over to my website, we'll also see that is updated the special requests in real time as well. And now I want to take this a step further and ask it something else. Help me plan another trip somewhere I haven't been before. And now as a user who's browsed around on different pages, spent some time specifically on Tokyo, as we can see here, I've surfaced the various pages that I've viewed for demo purposes. The agent also gets access to those, and we can see that the first recommendation is something that's personalized, something I've spent a lot of time on, Tokyo. This agent is much more personalized because I've given it the proper context about the current user. I'm going to show you the pattern on how to make this work. We're going to take a step back so you understand the building blocks and how we got here. First of all, my data is stored within Sanity. We've got hotels, my booking details are in here, etc. Now, I built an agent using Anthropic, and I needed to give it context about my Sanity content. And so for that, we use agent context. This comes with an MCP server that teaches the agents or lets the agents explore your schema and your content in real time. So as soon as you make modifications to your schema or content, the agent's always accessing that in real time. And it's able to learn about the ins and outs of your content. That way it's able to provide accurate results for your users. So for getting started with agent context, it's pretty much 2 steps. You install a skill that teaches the LLM everything it needs to know about not only setting up agent context, but also building an agent on your site. And then you just prompt within your favorite agentic tool, use that skill to help me build an agent in this project. From there, it'll ask you some questions, so you get a bespoke agent for your scenario. Now I'm going to switch over to Sanity Studio because as a part of that setup, it's going to allow you to create these agent context docs. And we're going to get into the user context personalization in a second. I just want to show the building blocks so it all fits together. So this document is where you can scope what content that MCP has access to. So the agent scope down to exactly what you want it to deliver. And as a result, it gives you this MCP URL. And I'll show you one more document and then we'll look at the code. We have this agent config. We are choosing to store the system prompt in a document here. That way we can make modifications to it, publish it without having to redeploy our code. And we can also give some editors access to this if we want. And if I scroll all the way down, we have runtime context. Here, we just pass in who we're talking to with the user context variable and what page they're on, current page. You can steer this however you want for your setup. Now let's switch over to the code where we're consuming this information. This is the API route for our chat. First of all, it creates an MCP client, and it's going to use that MCP URL that we saw in Sanity Studio. So now it's scoped down to the proper documents and some instructions on how it should behave. Then we get some more information, like the system prompt that's stored in Studio, so we get that document. And from there, we build the system prompt, and we pass it in all the different contexts that we want. And I can show you this function too if we go over to prompts. We get our user context, our format user context here. You know, we're passing in what they've booked, what they've viewed, etc. And then at the end, it's just some string interpolation. So we are swapping out those variables we saw in Studio with anything that we want to pass in from code. So we can be very granular in determining what we want to expose to those LLMs. Now, every time we chat with the LLM, it's getting all of this information, the user, their bookings, their recent views, etc. in the system prompt. So the LLM knows how to respond appropriately for the given user. And that is the pattern on how to create personalized AI agents. Whether they're an anonymous visitor or a logged in user, you can pass the LLM's context everything you know or want them to know about that visitor, what's active in their shopping cart, what pages they viewed, what their upcoming booking details are, etc. And that way, the agents aren't flying blind for every single person. And that's how you build personalized AI agents with Sanity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.